Good morning, dear students. Now let us resume Unit 4. And first of all, we are going to solve and propose solution for this one, identifying the problem. Before we start, you should listen to the audio track.
Give it a try. 1. Identifying a problem. Practice 1. Listen to the example. Then look at the pictures below. Think about why using cell phones in these situations might be a problem. Talk about those problems with your partner. Reverse roles.
Okay.
It's really a problem when people bring their cell phones to class.
I know what you mean. It's not polite and it disturbs everyone.
Okay. We are going to use this frame as a general, and then we are expected to change certain words, especially those proposed by the author. These 8 words. It is advised to use these words in our situation. The first situation in restaurant. Okay, I have proposed 3 let me say solutions or identifying problems. Okay, the first one is going to talk about the first situation which is happened in restaurant. Okay, it is really nice when people don't answer their phones in restaurant. I know what you mean. It is considerate and doesn't annoy anyone. This is number 1. Okay, number 2, I guess these students are studying at the library. Okay, so some of them, or one of them, her phone rings during the meeting. Okay, so it is really noisy when people bring their cell phones to class, or we can say to library. I know what you mean. It is loud and it annoys everyone. Okay, this is number 2. So now we jump to number 3, which is a driver who is using his cell phone while driving. So we have to propose or identify the problem. It is really dangerous when people answer their phones while driving. I know what you mean. It is risky and harmful to everyone. Okay, this is for the first activity. Then, second activity is about making suggestions. Okay, and we are expected to use this frame, but we are expected to change a little bit, to change some words and employ it in the conversation. So, making a suggestion. Number 1, in restaurant. What can we do? What can we do about people using their cell phones while eating? We can have a sign on the wall that says, "Please put your cell phone on the silent mode." That's a good idea. That would work. Let's kick out everyone whose cell phone rings in restaurant. That's too embarrassing. That wouldn't work. This is for number 1, restaurant. Now we move to number 2, which is at the library. What can we do? What can we do about people using their cell phones in library? We can have a sign on the wall that says, "Don't disturb us with your phone call." That's a brilliant idea. That would work. Let us tell everyone whose phone rings to go outside the library. That's so offensive. That wouldn't work. Okay, this is for number 2. Now we jump to number 3, in car and while driving. What can we do? What can we do about people using their cell phones while driving? We can have a sign, or we can have a street sign says, "Don't use your phone while driving." That's a wonderful idea. That would work. Let us send everyone using his phone while driving to prison. That's so complicated. That wouldn't work. Okay, this is all about the second activity, making suggestions. Now we move to the next activity. Okay, you know, most of the activities are based on group work, 2 or 3 or more than that of the students. So because we have exceptional situations now and we can't bring the students in class, so I'm going to post this as a homework and solve this. Okay, practice 2. Work in a group. Which of these issues are problems in your neighborhood or town? Discuss the problems and make suggestions. Okay, we have 4 scenarios or 4 topics. Okay, and you are going to pick one of them and talk about it, propose suggestions, etc. Okay, I will show you the instruction later on. Now we have the final activity, okay, based on listening. Okay, we have to identify the problems and the solution based on listening. So this kind of activities are quite important, are developing our listening skill. So let us go to audio track.
Listen to this. Part 1. An environmentalist is discussing ways of protecting the environment. Listen and write down the 4 main problems she mentions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I'm sure we have all heard the expression, think green. Tonight, we are going to talk about ways that we can act green in our everyday lives. The best place to start, of course, is in the home. Every day, people all over the world are hurting the environment without even knowing it. For example, busy families buy paper napkins and towels at the supermarket. This helps them save time on housework. But after these things have been used, what happens to them? They go in the trash. In many places, especially in North America, big cities are running out of places to throw their trash. What can we do about this? How can we cut down on garbage? Well, we can start using cloth napkins and cloth towels instead of paper towels. When we go grocery shopping, we can choose products that are not overpackaged. For example, last week I bought a package of cookies. The cookies were in a bag. There was a plastic tray inside the bag, and then each cookie was in its own little package on the tray in the bag. That's overpackaging. We should also take our own bags to the grocery store to carry things home in. Cleaning products are another danger. dangerous cleaning products enter our water supply every day. Of course, everyone wants a clean house. So what's the answer? For one thing, we could make our own cleaning products from natural ingredients like baking soda, lemon, and vinegar. Now, how about in the community? At work and school, we use one very valuable item every day: paper. Of course, we need paper to do our work. But how much do we waste? Get your school or office to recycle paper. Learn to make notepads from the unused sides of old pieces of paper. Finally, plant a tree. Better yet, plant 2 trees.
Okay. Based on her suggestions, she talked about how to protect and maintain an environment. We are looking for making our houses clean, but we are not expected to waste or overused things like towels, paper towels, like washing liquids and powder, even water, because we have to be eco-friendly person. She mentioned the word or the phrase think green. The word green is always coming in the sense of preserving and protecting the environment, wasting materials, even the cheapest things like plastic bag, paper, water, whatever. Okay, now according to this activity we are going to provide the 4 problems and the suggested solutions. Okay, I wrote them in this way. The first problem, she mentioned about buying a paper, napkins and towels, because it is known that the towels, the paper towels and napkins can be used for the first time and then we throw it away. So this is going to make, let me say, there is no enough space for the trash and garbage. So the solution is we can start using a cloth napkin and towels instead of papers one. Why? Because the cloth napkins can be used so many times, can be washed and then can be used once again. This is number 1. Number 2, we go shopping or to the grocery shop. Okay, it is clear that we are going to use more than 1 plastic bag, or this was called or known as over packaging. Then, so once we go back or arrive homes, we are going to throw and discard these bags. Okay, and this is going to constitute a kind of accumulating trashes and garbage. So the suggestion and solution, we should take our own bags to the grocery store and carry things home in. يعني ناخذ الأكياس أو الحقائب اللي مخصصة للتسوق، ناخذها يعني ويانا للجروسري أو للشوبينج ونرجع بها المنازل، أحسن ما ناخذ من الجروسري، لأن هي معروفة هذه البلاستيك باجز أو اللي تيجي على شكل، يعني ممكن تيجي على شكل هذا اللي الورق الكرتوني اللي يستخدمه احنا هنا. مو كلش نستخدم هذا الورق الكرتوني، هنا نستخدم الأكياس البلاستيكية. المعروف احنا نستخدمها استخدام واحد وراح يعني ممكن يعني نتخلص من عندها وراح يسوي عبء. اوكي، فالمقترح انه ناخذ ويانا هذه الامور، لان هي مثل ما معروفه هي فري، هذه الشغلات اللي هي cover packaging. Okay. The third problem, which is known as dangerous cleaning products. Okay. يعني this is just a suggestion, but it is not very reasonable. Why? Because the speaker proposed a solution that we could make our cleaning products from natural ingredients like baking soda, lemons, and vinegar. Okay, so I guess this is not reachable. We are not going to use, for example, lemons or vinegar to wash our houses or to wash our cars, etc. But it is proposed, who knows, some housewife could use lemons to clean dishes or whatever. And the last problem is wasting paper. Okay, you are not expected to use papers and throw it away. We have to learn to make notepads from unused sides of all pieces of paper. Okay, all of us have these copybooks and unused papers, so we have to take advantage of them and reuse it again in order to save the papers and protect the environment from overuse. Okay, that's all about the class today. I hope you enjoy it. See you soon and have a nice day.